Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the agenda. Anything? Rhonda, did you want that added or wait till April?
There was a couple little spots for something.
I was just going to talk a little bit about what I have for applicants for the pool too. I don't know if you want to have that in or not. But
We'll put that as a, are you planning to stay for the whole thing or you want out of here sooner than later?
not, but
I just got word Mike and Tony are not coming, so I'm going to put you at 7 instead of golf course.
At 7?
Yeah. Anything else for the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
All in favor, Brock?
Aye.
Judy?
Aye.
Dana? Yep. Kelly? Yeah. Approval of February 2025 meeting minutes. That's going to be postponed to next month. NASA report. Paul?
So now a lot going on, and then Chris talked about, I actually thought it was going to be this month.
He said he's going to try some a little later.
Okay. We got one about the possibility of the weather holds, so let's get out and to work on some stuff. I got, well, this would be the positive mark from Queens County. Make sure that gets back to the city. And then, I guess there's not really much as far as the financial deal. I think there's a few ways to open up South Dakota Central, really what's going on right now. I did get this, I don't know if there's any need as far as that pool operator course, but those who decline might not need this much of a place.
I think we're pretty set because we thought MCCL took the CPO last year and that lasts for 4 or 5 years. Yeah. So.
Thank you for that.
This is the information to take together and kind of.
Yeah, just in case you need somebody to get recertified or need something new or anything like that.
Well,
You want to take it?
Oh yeah, last year took it.
Yeah, well, this is the one, what is it, last year back? Well, this is the updated version of it? For this year?
For this,
And that would be about all that I have, unless anybody has any questions or, you know.
I'll make a motion to approve the financials.
I'll second.
I don't think we've ever had it with. Oh, for so sure. Did you get that other one this morning?
Number 7, pool report from Jen.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah, we'll. Alright, go back to that vote.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Kelly. Yeah. Now, 7, school report lifeguard, Jen.
You know what, you can hear you better when it's under the minutes.
So I have, 4 applicants for the office and 9 lifeguards right now. That's with, 3 lifeguards coming back from last year. So last year we had 3 office and 8 lifeguards. So I'm thinking office, I mean, I think you're okay with 3, we could use 4. It would just obviously get through less hours, which I think is okay though, because then we know that we're gonna have coverage, because they're all so busy. Lifeguards, like I said, we had 8. I was thinking we probably could do 10. Right now I just have 9. So, you know, it's still a good start. I think when summer gets closer, they'll probably use some of the kids too. I think a lot of them still just don't know what they're all.
So you have that committed?
Well, no. 3 for sure. The rest haven't passed their certification yet. So, I think there's 3 of them that are signed up for the March, certification, which is coming up here in about another week, I think. So yeah, pending them passing, I would have 9.
Who are the 3 coming back?
Claire, Jake, and Ava. Ava Waldo, she was the one from Center. And then Jake, of course, has been there for 2 years. Claire was new last year as a lifeguard. She worked the year before in the office too, so.
Those 3 for sure committed?
Yeah.
Are any of the other 6 15-year-olds? Since we bumped it down?
Yeah, there are a couple of them who are 50, so, yep. So I think that helps get a few more in there too, so, yeah.
Does that include, we're gonna get, is that just for the lifeguards, or are they gonna have with for the teachers, the semester instructors?
Oh, no, so for the, swimming lesson instructor, April and Tracy both said they would like to come back and do that again. Laura Keaton helped last year. She did talk about getting her WSI as well, but she wasn't sure for timing if she would have time or not. And then Regan Min, I think, is going to come back and help out too. She mostly did private lessons last year, which is fine. I mean, even if we just had her to do private lessons again, that was a big help. And she kind of likes that. And she's been in the pool industry, I guess, for, I don't know, 6 years or something. She's been working at the Business Aquatic Center forever. So she did say that she would like to have a raise. I don't know. I think she was getting, I don't know what she was getting last year, 18? So, and she travels from Bismarck. So she did say she would like to see like at least 20. So I said, I'll talk to you guys, see what you guys think. But, I mean, I get it because she's traveling. But then at the same time, if she's getting that much, then does the other WSIs, then you got to give them that, I don't know. So anyways, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Yeah, so those 3, I mean, Regan is still, I'm not for sure on her, but for sure Tracy and April will do the swimming lessons again. And I think Laura could be talked into it if we needed to.
Oh, like that.
She really enjoyed it. But if she doesn't get her WSI, she still said she would help with them, so. And all the lifeguards in office kids too, I asked them if they would help out with them, just kind of to be like an assistant type of thing, and they all said they would, so we'll plenty of help for swimming lessons again, I think. Yeah.
That being said, the one at, the Reagan at $120, is that a compliment? How would compare to something like those guys, right?
She's still making, when she was making 18, she was still making more with us than she was in Bismarck, and she's been there for, like I said, like 6 years.
Okay.
So she was still making more money with us anyway.
Okay.
So, that's, you know, something
Well,
about too.
I know how we could get, not what, that she's gonna get $20 an hour. We could do a stipend for travel. That would eliminate her not getting the same salary as everybody else, and, you know.
You the mileage to the baseball boys when they go to games and stuff too.
To their mileage. And if she just did like last year we had her do the private lessons, we would try to book like a bunch on one day, so that she wasn't having to come up there like every day or anything like that. So, you know, that might be something we can
as it being now, I mean, every year they come back, they get it by quarter raise.
Yeah, 50 cents.
Right.
Mhm.
So, I mean, regardless, they come back, just come back with a raise, they're not the ones you want.
Right, yeah, and I told her, I mean, typically, yeah, you're probably just gonna get a 50-cent raise like everybody else, so I said I would bring it up,
Okay.
so,
But I think that's our answer for that, is because it is different because she's paying
because she's
to
driving.
drive up here, so we could give her a travel stipend.
Mhm. But then, that's something to think about though too, like if we do have, like last year we had, Mason from Wilson, so then like if you're having kids from other towns, are you gonna then pay them mileage? Or Ava, yeah, Ava travels from Center, so then you're gonna pay her mileage, so that's something to, right, so it's something to think
And
about.
all she does is just the swimming lessons.
Reason,
Yeah.
yeah, she did help out, she's lifeguard certified too, so she did lifeguard a few times last year when we were short-handed, she did help out and do that, so.
Well, the other side of that too is, you know, if she's helping out with the lifeguard, she's technically still getting paid her 18 an hour, which is a
Right.
raise in and of itself, and she's
Right.
making that much more than normal lifeguard anyway.
Right, mhm,
So,
yeah. So, anyway, something you guys can kind of think about and.
I don't think we can pay her more and not pay everybody more, but because of the travel, I think we could justify
I mean, if somebody else
it.
finds out, then the other lifeguards are gonna want to travel.
Yeah,
You gotta put a stipulation on it, X amount of miles, but
Yeah.
can you?
yeah, we can.
but it's a thing of the, you know, she's choosing to keep, I mean, not that you don't want her or anything, but she's
Right.
choosing to do it.
Right.
She's still making more than she was where she's from, so,
Right,
I mean,
right.
We just go back with being like, you're gonna, if you come back, you get the 50-cent raise,
Mhm,
you accept that,
mhm,
and go from there.
mhm.
That's what I would do too.
Yeah, I for sure didn't want to give her
If she finds
20.
it, let us
Yeah.
know and we
Yeah,
can,
that's precedent, yeah.
Yeah,
The raise from what, like, I didn't.
especially if we're paying her more than what she's making down at Bismarck, and
Right.
she's making $15.
she's already almost getting like traveling expenses.
She's already
because
getting
she's
that
making more
And
here
we're
anyway.
more than lifeguards for just being like,
And I don't think they're even making 16 in this month.
No, I don't think so. Or
It's
she was
like
right around,
14, 15.
but, I mean, she's been there a long time,
Yeah.
I'm sure she's had some raises, I
Yeah.
don't know what she needs. But
Yeah.
she did tell me last year she made more here than she did in Bismarck, so.
That's what I would do, is just tell her the 50-cent raise, and if she
Okay.
tries to fight it or wants more.
And you know what, we
I mean,
can't
yeah.
afford to pay everybody that, no.
Right.
Well, and like I said, I feel like, you know, if we did need that extra WSI person, I think Laura could be talked into doing that. I actually am not totally opposed to doing it either, like if you need me to, I don't mind doing it either, but, yeah. So, I think we can get around it, if she decides she doesn't wanna come back, I think we can still make it work.
Because right now we have 3 including her, right?
3 with her, yeah,
Correct.
yeah, so if she doesn't come back, it'd be 2, yeah. So, and I mean, we used all 3 of them last year, I mean, I think we need 3, because otherwise, like I said, she mostly did private, and so if she's not here to do those private lessons, then I don't think we could offer private, because April and Tracy were so busy with the group lessons that, I mean, and they don't wanna work full-time, Tracy and April, you know,
Do you
so.
want to get your WSI?
Well, I'm not opposed to it. If Regan doesn't wanna come back, I would definitely consider it. But I also have to renew my lifeguard, so I would have to find the time to do it. I just was told today I have vacation time to use at school, so I guess. My vacation time go swimming.
something less than their WSI separate column.
Go to a beach to do that.
Right, yes, that would be a good idea. Do it in Florida, yeah.
We
So how
might
do
not
you-
comp your travel for them.
But you can travel expenses, yeah, so how do you guys feel about, like, 10 lifeguards, like that amount of lifeguards? Do you guys feel like that's a good number?
I think
that's more than we had last year.
Yeah, and then I'm hoping to then we don't run into because there was days that we were short and then I had to shut down. Right.
And I think it's
So,
gonna be one
I'm
thing
hoping
too,
that
and we
helps.
can reevaluate this and talk about it later when we get closer to the pool opening, is
Mhm.
giving incentives if you pick up a shift. If you're gone, or you're supposed to work and you fall in sick, or you gotta leave and somebody picks it up,
Mhm.
giving some sort of incentive
Yeah,
to that
I was
person.
that swimming lessons. First of last year, there was a couple of lifeguards. What are you working on? Nope, I'm not picking up anybody's shift. Just, just being rude about it.
I know, and you
First,
definitely
you
had
guys
a
are gonna
few.
complain because you have to pick up a shift, then you're gonna complain because you're not getting enough
Not
hours.
enough
And
hours.
then you're not happy with your paycheck. It's like,
Right.
there's an opportunity to,
Yes. And there was definitely, like Mason, like, I'm surprised Mason isn't hearing about this though, because he was one who was always willing to pick up shifts, like, he did it all the time. But then as summer goes on, when you see who will pick up shifts for you and who won't, like, when he would ask people, you know, it's like, then they start getting that way, where they're like, well, I'm not gonna pick up her shift, she never picks up my shift. Which is fair.
It's fair.
What if there's, you know, if there's those weekends that are like the ones where you're talking about everybody wants to be gone, you offer like an additional
Time and a half.
time and a half or something along those lines, just to get, you know, so you can cover those weekends, so it's not like we can be open till we don't have lifeguards, you know?
You know, we have raised these lifeguards not well. Because they kind of run the show.
Well, they feel like they do a lot of the time.
Yeah, they do. And you should have been there the day that they were told that we were going to have 2 lifeguards out at all times. There is one lifeguard that still doesn't speak to me. And I want to say to her, I didn't do it. No, it's true, huh? It was horrible. And they called me down to say, why are we doing this? And you know, we're doing it to protect the kids.
yeah,
And to protect the use of the pool.
Guess what? You signed up to real life.
Well, and I'm hoping, like, I'm actually hoping that, like, I'm kind of glad that we're not having as many come back, because now it's like, okay, now we're starting with almost a whole new group. Who is this? This is just how it is. Like, yeah, it never was that way. Like, even the whole sitting on that lounge chair on that corner thing, like, they did it for so many years that even once I said you can't do that, they would still do it. You know, and now I think I got them out of it last year, and now this year, hopefully, nobody will ever do that damn lounge chair over there.
Right.
So,
Are you still, are we doing drug testing again for all?
Yes, I haven't been really here, but yes, it was a touching base on that. I've contacted Global Safety again for all the new hires. We had an application process, and once they sign a consent form, we'll just send them over to the Washburn Clinic. I think it's over too. And, cause there's 2 clinics over, right?
And they're both Washburn clinics.
Oh, one's Washer and one's Washburn Family.
Okay, well, there were 1671 Borderlands.
that one was.
Yeah, so we'll look at that, touch base, I got text this to the clinic, but then we're back on Thursday as well, and go from there, so.
Yeah, and all the applications, we still have that question on, so they've all signed that they are willing to do that. And then the other thing I was gonna ask about is like for the adults, for like Tracy and April, like, do they need to fill out another application? Do they need to get drug tested? Where are we at with that?
Well, application, if you talk application, you talk about new hire paperwork.
Application.
Or applications.
Reapplication. I would returning, yeah, no.
I mean, I'm making the
Like drug
lifeguards that
testing,
did
I think,
do
yeah.
it, but I was like, I don't really feel like they need to do it, so, but I wanna make sure they do it.
I don't think an application, but I think there's consent for the drug testing.
The adults too.
It's just so random, I mean, new hire urine test, and then as decided for random, I mean, we're not enforcing DOT would be where you have to do regulatory, mandatory, you know, for me a month or whatever it is, but I think new hires, yes, for sure, but coming back for a year, I would think so. So, I think it's a problem.
Okay, so no.
No, all of my,
I would say no.
Okay.
If they're coming back, like, you don't,
I mean, I don't
you don't read it at all.
reapply.
Chris doesn't reapply.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're always returning back, but
okay.
even for the lifeguard contract, it's good expensive to fill it out.
Right, and I still like make them come do an interview with me, even though like obviously I hire them, because I just think it's consistency for them, yeah. So, okay, and then, so then they don't have to do the drug testing either, or they do?
They do.
They do.
Everybody has to do the drug
Okay.
testing, I would say.
Okay, so do they have to fill out, so something to consent to that.
Form on the back of the application.
So just having to fill out that portion of the
Yeah,
application.
rip that off
Okay,
and-
okay,
But I mean, even if they filled that out, they're coming back, really, they're fine, doesn't have to do it again.
okay, okay. And then, yes, new paperwork, everybody needs to fill out paperwork too again, right? And when should they do that? I mean, can they start coming now, or
Whenever they want to take that time to, well, maybe I shouldn't say that because we're.
maybe not now with taxes? After April
I just
15th.
kind of the appointments to, yeah, they
Yeah.
wouldn't get to see at all.
Yeah,
Or I can give you, like, the paperwork,
Mhm.
and you can have them fill it out, I mean, we want to get, all the stuff we normally do. And
if you need copies of like driver's license or something too, don't you?
If they're
if they're new,
if
right.
they're new.
I'll just maybe have them wait and say like, as of May 1st,
Yeah.
start going down there and filling out your paperwork after, that way it's done and ready. Okay. Okay. All right, cool, that's all I had.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Oh, wait, no, I had one more thing, sorry.
No, I said you were done.
Sorry, put me on number 8 also. Since we're not doing the renovation stuff right away this summer, we still do need to figure out, something for handicap though. Because we are required to have a handicap entrance to the pool, and our chair does not work. So,
And you said, even though we would have steps, we still need a lift?
it has to be either a lift or a ramp.
Okay.
Steps
So
don't
my
count.
suggestion is we figure something out, and I brought stuff twice left. I can see if I can get it from.
Then could you find a couple, because I think Associated said that there's portable chairs that you can just wheel out, so they're not out in the elements.
Okay,
Could
Yeah,
you find something like that and bring it to our like April meeting and then
yep,
get that approved and then too we can get our grant ready to Toys Plus once we get that.
do you
like I
guys
said, we
think
have to
that
do
a
it.
chair rather than a
Because
ramp?
Associated told me to, even when we do the pool remodel, if we put the stairs or a ramp in,
Mm-hmm,
you still have to have the lift.
no. You can have a ramp or a lift, but the stairs do not count.
Okay.
If we put in stairs, we still have to have a lift or a ramp.
Okay.
But it can be a lift or a ramp. It does, but yeah, stairs totally separate.
Okay.
But we either have to have a lift or a ramp. So you guys think you'd rather do a lift than a ramp?
I don't want to get that other different. A
I
ramp
think-
would be more usable.
Right, and I feel like even like older ladies and stuff
Yeah.
who, like they're not gonna wanna get in a handicap chair,
Right.
but they would probably use a ramp. So like in my head, I think a ramp would get used a lot more, even for like little kids. to
And
get in.
little kids too, I just think that's.
As long as they're not playing on it.
Right, but then, obviously with the, like the kicks, or I don't know the words, but like with how high our pool is, like it's gonna have to be a long ramp, so it's gonna take up a lot of space, so that's the bad part about it, cause, to get from 4 feet all the way in, can't be, yeah, exactly, it can't be like, it won't be, it won't have space, so that's the bad thing about a ramp.
That's what I was thinking, because that area that you would probably put in that 4-foot area, that's where all the little kids play.
Mhm.
You're gonna take out pretty much all the area that they have. to
Well,
play.
no, because if you put it all the way against like the wall, kind of like where the lift chair is on that corner, like if you put it over there and,
where,
right,
Yeah, right,
this
parallel to
way,
the swim lane.
right,
Yeah.
right, then it would, there would still be quite a,
That's enough.
So
quite a,
would that be in the swim lane?
well, it would be if you did it, yeah, I forgot about swim lane, actually. But,
Swim lane?
actually, I would really love to move the swim lane to the other side of the pool.
Right.
Because when people are swimming and kids wanna go from the shower, they have to pass through, and then we always have to yell at them like,
Yeah.
gotta get out of the pool, go around the swim lane. I think it would make much more sense to have a swim lane on
Go
this
this
side
way,
of the
this
pool.
way.
No, it's still going this way, but just on this side of the pool.
Closer to the pool.
Instead of in the middle of the pool.
Oh.
Yeah, like on the building side, on the lifeguard
If
side.
that ramp is there, no kids are gonna go down those stairs, they're gonna go over to the ramp automatically, so that, they will be there. And, we don't have that many lap swimmers, but I do think it's important we maintain
Yeah, we
the lap.
actually, and we did, we had a couple people who came pretty regularly
Yeah.
last year, so I think we do need it, but,
Yeah.
I
Does
think
it have to be so long?
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
is that a grade requirement?
that I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that.
Or could it be like, like fence side with parking lot is, and then instead of going that way, so that would be.
But then you go towards the slide.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I would just move closer, is this still basketball hoop?
Yes, but we don't have to put that there.
The
I mean,
basketball hoop could go over on that other side.
right, we can move that around to the other side, like where that other lifeguard chair is,
Yeah.
like we could move it to that spot. And then if we had the ramp on that corner just coming in down there, I mean, maybe that would work, I don't know for sure.
Yeah, if you wanna look and find something or find a couple, bring them.
But yeah, and I don't know, like, I feel like that's something we might have to talk to Associated about, because, like, there really aren't any ramps in here. But also, because it's gotta depend on the height of your pool, or the depth of your pool.
And I think that's gonna be a custom thing to our
That's
pool.
right, that's what I mean, I think that's something you almost have to, like, order custom, because,
Well, there's a conflict there.
but I can call Associated too and ask them. So, yeah, I can do that. I'll write that down and I'll call them and ask them. Okay, sorry, that took longer than I thought it was for my last add-on item there.
And did you say there's such a thing as a hand, that we can put people into the pool by hand without the motor? Or do we have to order that chair?
We're getting rid of the chair if we do the ramp.
Didn't you hear her say? A ramp, we can use the ramp without the chair.
Yeah, if we have the
with
ramp,
or a chair, yep. Okay,
if you wanna do that, then.
yes, I'll call Associated and, yep, let us know. Okay, awesome, okay, thank you guys.
Fundraising committee update, just a few things that we'll kind of get into a little more in depth. We revised the letter, we got donation tiers for people to get recognized, kind of set a goal. We want to pick a name for the fundraising so it's distinguishable to people. We kind of have a roadmap of when we're going to kind of start it, when we want to end it. Had a lot of good ideas, a lot of good discussion in our committee meetings. We've had 2 so far. And that, Paul, you know, my committee, you guys have any changes?
We covered,
Really, the first 2 meetings that we had were a lot of like
Fundamentals?
Yeah, it was pretty much getting the skeleton and piecing everything together so that then hopefully after this meeting, once we get stuff approved, then we can sit down and really start the actual fundraising process itself.
I talked with Blake Call with Fancy Panda Design Washburn. From Washburn, lives in Bismarck now. Once we pick our slogan or whatever, he would do artwork. So we're gonna make the towels and water bottles.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's a great
talked
idea.
about
shirts,
with Keith and volunteering his time with his embroidery or screen printing company. He's gonna T-shirts are so hard for him, he said, because he would have to order like 100 designs in to get like a bulk order and get them cheaper, and then have to order X amount of shirts. So if we don't know how many shirts we're gonna sell, then keep them on hand and sell them. He said that's a little difficult. Where a towel, he can do 6 of them, and we sell them all, let him know, and he can do 6 more. We sell those 6. We can just keep telling him over and over, hey, we need 6 more towels.
And when he goes to
That'd be
school,
something that we would sell at the
Oh,
pool, have the lifeguard sell that money raised for that, then would go in return to the pool. He said water bottles too aren't a bad idea. Kids always are using water bottles, that they could buy and purchase. So we're gonna have Blake Call, once we pick a name for it, Blake Call will create a logo kind of based off of our name. We can get that logo on these items, start selling them. Another thing too that we discussed, I already visited with Jen about this, is we don't have a pool Facebook page. Everything either gets ran through the baseball field, or the baseball program or softball program. So Jen's gonna start a Facebook page, I believe. That way it's distinguishable between the two. That way if she has to post a closure or swimming lesson updates, anything pool related can go right on that Facebook page. That was one thing we came up with the committee, doing that to separate it, and then fundraising updates can also be posted. We'll let Jen know and she can post them on that Facebook page as well.
don't know if it's possible, but it'd kind of be cool to have on that page, like a thermometer itself too, that we can
Yeah, and I think we can like create something that just based off a design or whatever, and you just keep adding a little bit to it as we go and keep posting it or whatnot. There's one other thing too I had that was, the Riverboat Days. We want to, do a float for the Riverboat Days parade with the lifeguards, having them, partake in that. And then they would give out, hopefully have some sort of postcard or something that they can give out to everybody that's there. Still throw out candy, maybe give out pool noodles, give out some of the water bottles, stuff like that. But that way we can show that we're also making an attempt at this fundraising, and those kids are getting involved, and so forth. So that I'm gonna kind of leave up to Jen and organizing that and getting the kids aligned for that. But that was just an idea, and I think we all agreed on it, that it's kind of a really good way. There's a lot of people in the community that weekend that will be here, a lot of alumni, and then if they can see it too, it
Well-
gets the word out faster, and it's showing our attempt too.
We could throw little envelopes with the story as we're going.
Well, that's the thing too, like with these postcards, the letter that we're gonna hopefully get approved tonight will be a short and condensed version on a postcard with, ways that they can donate, or the QR code, to do that as well, to donate. So, I think we're going in the right direction with this committee, and we're going to where we need to be, instead of getting somewhere, stopping, backing up, and doing that, so. That's kind of all I have for committee update, so. And there is a roadmap too, I hadn't emailed that out yet to anybody. Keith was he was piecing some other things together, and it was like 6-7 pages long, so we condensed it down, we threw out some stuff, so he condensed it. And I just got that back the other day, so I'll email that out to you guys. It kind of has a timeline, of different things, of kind of this month we want to do this, so I have some sort of spaghetti sheet, this month we're gonna do this. And then we also have a couple of things that we want to talk to Washburn Mike about, partnering with them and stuff, so when that time comes, we'll get to that. Okay. So, one thing that we need to do to get approval on is the name of the pool, the name of the fundraiser. Bunch of these papers.
I didn't see that anywhere. Did you send that to us?
No, I did not, but I have it here. Alright, so he came up with a few, or like 10 different names.
Okay.
Us as a committee, when we reviewed them, instead of throwing out 10 different names to us, we reduced it down to 3 that we thought were good.
Okay.
The first one is Pool Revival Project. Second one is We're Drowning in Remodel Costs. And then the third one would be Pass the Pool, Save the Cool.
We're drowning with, did that?
We're drowning, ... in remodel costs. Are the 3 names that we had.
And this is, tell me that one more time.
Pass the Pool, Save the Cool.
Pass the pool, save the pool. I like that one.
What was the first one?
Pool Revival Project.
I like that one as the last one.
Well, I wonder too, that with one being so simple as pool revival, we could do a lot of little parts off of revival, you know? Okay, I make a motion, we go with pool revival.
Fair enough.
No, everybody has their say. I
You
just,
have any good names, because that was just really,
It was just those 3. The other ones that we had, we kind of threw out, like, yeah,
that's fine.
those were the 3, like,
Okay.
good ones that we thought. would stick out.
Yeah,
and kinda-
but we-
Like you said, there's room for,
Well,
design.
it's so simple that there's room that we can, if we are stretched it too far, we'll have a revival.
and that's kinda where we're at with it too. I mean, it's not really a remodel per se. I mean, if we say a remodel, people are gonna come and expect it to look different, where it's really not gonna look different.
Oh, it will.
Oh, it will, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's going to, but I mean, to the kids, they're gonna think there's gonna be a huge twisty water slide and the pool's gonna be.
Isn't there?
Well, no. For another $250. Any other discussion on the motion? We'll vote. Brock?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay, pool revival project.
I'll send that to Blake. Have him come up with something.
Perfect. Another thing we discussed too, is our monetary goal that we wanna get to. It's gonna be what we came up with as a committee, you're gonna state when you see it, but, if we're looking at fall of '26 to start this project, Associated gave us a quote of $750,000, for this by the time they get to it. Costs are gonna go up, once you start a project, they're gonna find something, it's gonna increase the cost, so we said flat 1 million. This is the goal that we,
I don't think that's part of that, by any means.
and then if we do go over it and we have money left over and it does only cost $750,000, then we have the 250, so it's flat that too. So,
Maybe just invest in some crypto.
Tell me on Facebook. I took myself off Facebook, but that's it. I'm done. Are we gonna vote on the amount?
if there's any opposition, I would need to do less or more, but.
Well, you've got it as a line item, monetary goal approval,
I'll make a motion for Magnolia.
okay?
Yeah.
And I'll second that.
Any discussion? Brock?
I did.
Judy?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Fundraising letter, I hope everybody had a chance to read that, I did send that out in email, if you need a copy of it, there are copies here. This thing with the letter, when we first had it, this was pretty much, we're walking a flood pool, we want money. One thing we did with it was kind of do a little history of the pool and why it's so significant, because it did talk about why the pool is significant, but we added a few things that, what we, that we're employing, 15 to 20 students, and office staff, lifeguards office staff, we now offer Red Cross certified swimming lessons. I did talk to Tracy Jr., they did 220 kids through last summer, they had that many kids, go through the swimming lessons, so that's a huge, number that, is getting kids introduced to the water, and then it's also kind of that life skill of being able to swim, and you get thrown in a lake or something like that, you don't know how to swim, kind of where you can start to swim, so.
When you're on the water, kids need to know how to swim.
So that was kind of what that first paragraph is, and kind of why, and then I put in here too, that currently the pool loses about 2 inches of water at night, is that pretty accurate? And then through that, we are getting more, the lifeguards are having to spend more time cleaning the pool, so we're spending money that way, we're losing water, we're losing chemical, it kind of explains that. And then on the back side of it was just kind of saying, that we're asking for this money, our goal, stuff like that, so. And then we'll attach to with these, a lot of the businesses will get them hand delivered once they get them approved and kind of start to kick off of this. Getting them out to local businesses, getting them to alumni, getting people in the community, not just businesses, but getting into people.
When I read this, there's a typo, and it's the second sentence here, and it says, which the cause is the lifeguards, and it's just, you just have to take out the dot.
Where is that?
It's not the last sentence, not the last line, but the one line up. Which causes the lifeguards, not the causes.
Oh, yeah, which the causes.
Yeah. And someplace that you wrote, we're looking at just giving us a pool for possibly up to another 23 years. And I think that needs to be said in the letter. I think people have to know this is it, we're done, we're not,
Well, and I think too, like, it should be along with that, like, when was the last, has this pool ever been touched other than research? So, so this is how old of a pool,
yeah.
Yeah, I think I would put that in there too.
You can cut it in other places, but I'd have to kind of go through it. But I do think we need to say, wait, here's what here's what we're looking at.
Right.
It's hard to find the exact year when the pool was built. That was impossible. But no, we'll add that. Huh? Mark, you know when the exact year the pool was built? Early 80s.
Yeah, that's what nobody knows.
Nobody knows the exact.
And this letter is in letter format, and this catches somebody's eye. That it's, I said, this is in perfect letter format, and if you make it a little more of an ad, it catches people to read it rather than another business letter. Just, whatever you decide.
This is just
Yeah, okay, yep,
draft.
yep, I'm just saying that, but whatever you decide, but I kind of think,
So I'll make those changes, and then we really need to have approval on it. The committee will do the final approval.
The committee will approval based on the changes.
yeah,
Based on the changes.
I'm just suggesting, I'm not telling you it has to be written in. I can see this letter said too, we host birthday parties in private groups.
Novel. I mean, that's what we're trying to shy away, is we don't want them to have to read 2 or 3 pages, because they're not going to.
No, we're not.
Like, that one does say birthday parties, but this one says the church gathering place for families, children, and individuals of all
Yep.
ages.
Yeah,
So, I mean, in a sense, it's saying that, not just exactly saying birthday parties, but.
and I was pretty adamant that it be 1 page. And you've got a lot more story to tell, so I'm not gonna tell you that, but.
And then, hope we can get a motion to approve the letter with the changes.
Okay, I'll second it.
Any other discussion on the letter? Additions, subtractions? Brock? Judy?
Yes.
Dana? Yes.
Yes.
Kelly? Yes. Fundraising tiers, this is what will be included also with the letter that will go to businesses, and then hopefully we can come up with, some way to recognize these people that donate. We kind of based it off of the, school project in a sense, but obviously our donations are probably gonna be a little smaller than what the school got, so we knocked ours down. And then kind of made them coincide with the pool. We threw this spot around we talked about it, is for doggy paddler, we put $0 to $999.
Yep.
And we thought, well, what if somebody comes back and says, here you go, I filled this back out, and don't donate anything, well, then I guess they're not gonna get recognized, even though it says $0, but.
I would, like, think you started with one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I noticed that too, and I thought you should change that to
Okay.
$1.
Oh, here it is.
$1.
And, you know, doggy paddler, I was kind of thinking, dive in.
Well, diving in is kind of like the cannonball one. Because we tried to make it in, like, doggy paddler is like one of the first things you learn in swimming.
Okay,
So, like,
yeah,
that's
all right,
like-
I'm not against it, I just
No.
thought,
Then freestyle financers, 1,000 to 4,999. Olympic backer, 5,000 to 19,999. Cannonball, splash, 20,000 to 49,999. And then tsunami sponsor would be the 50,000 and above.
Although, I mean, just what, like, for discussion purposes, putting doggy paddler at 100 to $999. So what are you gonna do if somebody comes in with $2 and put their name that they donated $1?
yeah,
But I mean, yeah, because like something like that, we would recognize them on like a simple little flash or something. Where if somebody's doing like a tsunami sponsor, we talked about maybe doing like a brick.
Well, the thing about it is that you have to think if you have a bunch of people that come in and give you $1, how big of a plaque are you gonna have with everybody you want it? Like, they're gonna call that more than you're getting. You're able to do it.
you know what, I think you could eliminate those that life of money, honestly, I do. I think it has to be at least $500 qualified to be on. I mean, let's get serious. We're probably going, I mean, that's where we're gonna get our money. We're gonna get it at $100 to $500 a crack, and that's where there's gonna be lots of names. But the people that would honestly put in $1 can't have a spot.
Right.
Yeah, it's impossible to recognize everybody that's gonna do it.
Right.
So then,
That's a little money, I think.
And if you wanna donate less than that, you can just donate at the pool,
right.
in the, bucket or jar or whatever is up at the front.
Do you want
Right, so then you're gonna differentiate the donations that come in for people who are donating to swim, or, I mean,
that's,
you know what I mean, like, when people give, a lot of people give like a check, like $150, so then is that count as this donation?
I would,
Or-
no, that's gonna be just for the pool.
So then I think that you almost have to change that, because otherwise they're gonna be like, this is so I get recognized.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you almost gonna change it to like $500.
Yeah, 500 to 900 to 1,000.
So those people who are just donating to swim, then that's different.
Make it more selective.
And you know what, somebody might think they're gonna give us 300 and change their mind to 5 so that they can be
Well,
on
that's the
top.
point of the tiers, is that guilt people into donating,
Yeah.
so you just bump up a tier.
Maybe like put something instead of a donation fee or something like sponsorship or something in there too, so people are like, oh, then I'm gonna be recognized as a sponsor. So,
Well, that's, it
you
says
know.
it in the letter,
Oh,
that.
One other thing I wanna comment on, take it or leave it, but to me, an Olympic factor sounds bigger than a cannonball splash. Like, Olympic sounds bigger than bring a cannonball, but.
Have you seen my animal? No, I'll switch them around. So we'll do 100 to 999.
Oh, 100 instead of 500, okay.
I think you still have to maybe go to 5.
I think
Do 5.
You're just in too common range there where you're just gonna have way too many people to be able to do like an entire wall plaque, which is have to do like everybody's name on it.
Right. And I did talk to, in one of the committee meetings, we discussed seeing if, if there's a $100,000 donor, putting their name or something on the pool liner. Dustin from Associated didn't know for sure how that would work, because the liners come from a different company, and they'd just say, hey, you just mentioned you guys build it, bring it to the pool, blah, blah, blah. he didn't know about that, but he said a lot of pools have done bricks
Yep.
around the pool.
Yep.
So he's gonna work with a couple of people through Associated and get that to me.
Well, we'd also talked at one point about the tiles, possibility of like having like an engraving on the tiles with like their.
Yeah, and that's kind of where the bricks would be like along, where they're gonna have to dig up around the pool,
Yeah.
doing bricks, and then obviously that would come
So
on.
there wouldn't be tiles anymore, once they redid it.
What do they usually do along the edge?
No,
Around the edge?
He
No,
doesn't
it's a
believe that
line.
because
No.
that's gonna be the
That's where the gutters,
yeah.
would be, yeah.
Well, right, but I mean, on the, like, the concrete, where the concrete comes out to the edge of the pool, isn't there like a tile along the edge of that? It's not like
That is
the concrete.
true.
It just wraps over the edge. We have to have some sketches and a plan and et cetera to be able to show. And with what I thought the pool was in Underwood.
And I did, so through our committee, after we just, discussed that, I did, one of the things too is when we're going around and, when we're at Case of Washburn, when we have the float, having pictures of the change that's gonna be made. Justin said with our situation, yes, it's a remodel, but it's hard to have a picture of what the pool's gonna look like because a lot of it is internal pictures.
Yep.
He did send me one that you can tell that there's a great system in. It's the L-shaped pool, there's a great system in it. And that was just a sketch that one of their guys just threw together.
And that'll be fine.
And he told me that he's gonna still work with, some of the guys to try and do some better sketches.
What might be effective would be if you could get one of the way it is currently with all those penetration points shown, and then what it'll look like after with just a couple that would actually still be there.
So, we're working on pictures.
Okay, and for the Taste of Washburn, when the dollar store went out, I went the last day and bought life jackets and, water toys. So we can decorate with that at the, Taste of Washburn.
Yeah, and then people will give them on the parade.
I really got good life jackets. The ones that the little kids put their arms in and then they zip up and wrap around them, and they were like,
Okay, so for the donation tiers, instead of donation, I'm gonna change it to sponsorship. Sponsorship tiers, value dollar is now 500 to 999. Olympic backer will now be the 20,000 to 49,999. Cannonball splash will be the 5,000 to 19,999. Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the fundraising field.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What's the halfway point? Using Venmo or PayPal for fundraising. Kelly, if you wanna talk about that.
So, just quickly from the lawyers, he said political subdivisions can accept donations from private citizens as long as the donations are used for public purpose. He said he's not sure about the legality of what mechanisms can be used, but to check with the state auditor to see if there's any further guidelines that need to be talked to.
I talked to Dave Lindo and he said as far as he knew, it wouldn't be any different than opening up like a new bank account or checking account.
Yeah.
So we can, I know you wanna touch on too, your portion of that, so. Anything else anybody has on that?
Not that specifically, but was there any discussion on that, amount for the, KGF?
We're going to roll into that.
Yeah, we'll just roll into the 14 from the total attorney report.
the park district does not have to put out bids for any project where the total cost of improvement is under $200,000. We are a political subdivision, and we qualify as a governing body. Let's see here. We cannot get around the bidding by claiming that each project or each separate project within the project as a whole be separated. So, like we can get by now with the electrical updating prior to the pool because the electrical is something that we've been needing to do for a long time, regardless of the update to the pool. So as long as we do that separate, and it's not gonna have any bearing on the update of the pool, minor, we could do it as a separate purchase.
Something that was like the gutters,
Yeah,
which are three separate projects, and so
Yeah.
we talked about gutters for, there was
Yeah.
also the electrical before the project was first, but then.
Well, the electrical doesn't have really anything to do with the model of the
Right,
pool,
right,
the
right.
construction of the pool.
And the gutters went along with the roof construction, and
Yeah.
that's still less than 200.
All contracts in excess of $50,000 must be awarded to the lowest bidder after advertisement in the official newspaper. Let's see here.
These are
And
official-
it has to be we can go up to $200,000?
200,000?
200,000.
So why the 50,000 that you just said, why does that have to?
You have to accept
The lowest.
the lowest, is
Over
over
50, you
over
have to
50, you
accept.
have to accept the lowest.
Oh, okay.
The threshold that I brought to him about the 2,500, he said, is in reference for state government, and this is the old small purchases threshold under century code, blah, blah, blah. Office of Management and Budget has 4 different levels: micro, which is less than 10,000, small purchases 10,000 to 50, informal 50 to 100,000, and formal 100 greater. This does not apply to the Park District under Chapter 48-1.2. If the electrical project and the pool renovation are truly separate, you don't need bids for each if it is under 200,000.
Which is not.
Two
They're
totally
two
different.
totally separate.
Yeah.
The pool liner has nothing to do with electrical.
Right, and I told them that. Because
we-
as long as they're not doing it to get around that
I can see that.
clause.
Do like say, go to the pool liner,
Yeah,
and then we're gonna do that's gonna cost 150,000, and then do the drink system, that's only gonna be another 150, well, we're gonna do it separate.
yeah,
You can't do that.
Right.
It's all together.
Right.
Steel floor reduction.
yeah.
Any other discussion, questions, from the training report? That makes life a lot easier for some of these small projects.
Yeah, can I ask, one of them I'm thinking about is, I had that bid for the gutters from the guys from Stanton. Are we gonna use him now, or did,
I never heard back from them.
Get in contact with him again and see if he's
okay.
available. If he can
The
do it.
reason I'm gonna say that is Matt ran over our, your
I've
truck,
seen it.
yeah.
Like,
And so
couple
if
days
he's
after
coming,
the
I'm
other.
gonna have him do a little repair on our downspout.
So then
From this to this.
pool gutters,
Mm-hmm.
Drew's gonna check, Drew's gonna check and get his bid to us next month, and we can get that approved.
And I'll see if I can get anything from them.
Yeah.
And then for the electrical, I'm gonna reach out to Weber's, but I don't really know what we're updating other than the control panel, but what else?
Pretty much redoing the whole thing.
All the wiring and.
Relabeling panels,
I think putting in, the wiring is fine.
I think the wiring is
Something-
fine, yeah.
Something that's like,
But-
like the golf course, but.
the panels need to be probably, I mean, they're so rusted and corroded. nothing is labeled, I mean, it's labeled, but you shut this off and it says it's for this, but it's actually for that, and that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure,
The camera, yeah, mm-hmm.
wasn't he over there when they redid the roof for some of that? So if there was anything that was out of place with the wiring, I would have thought he would have said something at that point.
Well, we'll let him look at it
Yeah.
and tell us what should we do here.
Right.
Because it's not all right.
Yeah, but for sure, the channels. Okay. And then I'll just have them go through the wiring.
Yeah, check it, make sure.
Okay.
You know what, I could call Weber's on that.
Okay.
I have a key, do you have a key to the, that's something everybody needs, a key to the pool,
Yeah, if
because
you
we're
don't have a
gonna need
key,
access
let
to
us
it.
know.
I have a key.
now. Didn't have a key.
I had a key to the power lock.
That's
That's all there is.
You want one?
Yes, because I gotta have to go down there.
Oh, yeah, probably would be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what, I think
There is a bunch of them, I think, in the
bunch of them are in the,
Yeah, I made a whole bunch of copies last year.
yeah,
There could be some.
we stole one.
Okay.
Do you those that are in my office? or did you say-
Yeah, remember I came down from
That's where I got it.
Kelly.
I have one.
Oh, all right, well, then you can take care of it, I was just thinking, well, I have a key, I can, you know, let him in.
Hold on, I got a couple of calls from Chris, and he's got some things on him.
Okay.
Hey, sorry. Sorry, we were covering some other things, I figured I'd give you a call and send you a thing, so if you don't mind, I'll put you on speakerphone, we're gonna talk about some of the, your stuff, okay? Alright, Chris, you're on speakerphone, we're gonna talk about grounds update, I put that on here, just gonna update everybody that I approve you to come back, you're gonna start working a couple to a few hours a day, kinda cleaning up things around the parks and getting stuff ready to go for when we can start mowing. That's stuff, anything else you have for that?
No,
No?
glad to do that.
Perfect, glad to have you back. One thing with that too, there was some, down tree branches between, Mark Williams' house and Riverside that he told, Keith to let me know, or let the park board know if you want to take a look at that.
Okay, Terry.
Okay, thanks. Anything else, ground update? Dana, you have anything on ground?
No, not really.
I do. The school park, playground where those, swinging, floating steps are, I think there's 3 that are not attached to the ground anymore.
Okay, we'll look at it.
Okay. Summer, spring, I was hoping, Mike and Tony were gonna be here, we can talk about that again. 'Cause I know ISI wants, no.
When you guys found a guy, an independent guy to do that.
So, what, Tony and,
Tony, the golf course has a guy that has his chemical testing stuff done, so he can handle all those fancy chemicals and whatnot.
Right.
That they're gonna have him independently spray the golf course and handle all that stuff, well, we said, well, why don't we just pay him for his time or give the golf course, you know, when he comes and sprays, we'll give him his hourly, pay for that or whatever. I personally think we should do that because if he misses something, he's right here, we can have him come redo it, we don't have to wait 2 weeks for ISI to have another crew to come. It's probably gonna be cheaper, plus then you can still spray in between. And I did talk to Mike about the insurance on that, and he said if he's working for the golf course's insurance liability would cover him coming out and spraying our stuff, and our liability would cover him through here. So he said there's nothing to be worried about. We wouldn't have to reinsure or do anything like that. He said between the 2 liabilities, he's covered, so.
I think that's the way we go instead of giving ISI what they want, because we have been happy with them for a couple of years.
So I will, hopefully I can get in and talk to Mike tomorrow. if everybody's okay with me
Yeah.
going and
Yep.
talking to Mike,
Yep.
and seeing if we can do that. If not, then we might have to have a special meeting just to approve ISI if that fell through.
Well, and too, if we go with ISI, cause then if this guy doesn't wanna do it full-time, we go with ISI, and if we need stuff in between, maybe have him, golf course guy, you know, if we, you know, if it's a wet summer again and whatever, you know.
Okay.
Most of the things I worry about is that softball field.
Right.
It seems like that one is always a trouble spot for us, that and the machinery row.
Mm-hmm.
Those are a major weed factory, that seems to not get heavily chemicals or mist, I don't know.
And maybe that's something we talked to this guy is maybe using a little stronger chemical down there that obviously isn't gonna kill the grass. I don't know how chemicals work. Again, I'm a field director, so.
Well, I'm not worried about them killing the grass. You know, if they stay within the parameters of the baseball field where the grass is already dead, they'll be fine. And the stuff at the machinery park, they can kill all that.
Right,
That grass is gonna come back voluntarily anyway.
right. And I think between you spraying it in between
Right.
sprays and stuff and keeping up with it, we'll be fine.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
And Chris, if he wants to come up and do a walkthrough again or
Yep.
drive around, do you want me to have him call you?
Yep, you can call me and I'll take him around and show him everything needs to get done.
And then like show him the problem areas?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Okay, moving on. Anything else on summer spraying? I'll talk to Mike tomorrow or
But it's probably the ISI notice,
okay, I'll hopefully, no, I'll be tomorrow morning.
okay, next week,
I will try and get a hold of Mike sometime,
okay.
but he said he was out of town, that's why he couldn't make it.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully I can get a hold of them within the week
Okay.
and we'll get back to you.
I can't say for everything, but I know that that area where the machinery is up at, that was terrible. I mean, I went up there with,
It kept getting missed, I think,
Yeah.
so that was,
well,
anyways, moving on. Park maintenance hiring, might see Dana and,
Chris, do you have anybody in mind, or is anybody,
Well, my thought process is with all that we don't have to do anymore, do we really need help full-time besides me?
can you get all the mowing and everything done by yourself?
I could do the mowing in a day and a half,
Okay.
2 days tops. I don't know if you guys have somebody in mind, I know we don't need two. If you wanted to put a kid on, I'd put a kid to work for a while. Then you go back to the pickup, you know, after the guys will red pickup, that's not a big deal. That's up to you guys.
The other thing would be to see if you have one of your baseball fields.
I know we're trying to save money, I know we got a big pool project going on. Again, it's up to you guys, if you wanna put a kid on, let's hire one kid, I don't have anybody in mind right now, I haven't been approached by any kids. I don't, they don't want you to end of school, beginning of school, if you have short season up period, I guess.
right.
Well, I guess we can wait and see how it goes, and then if you're in a bind or something, go
Well,
from
if we get some weather where we get a wet spring and stuff, I'm gonna get in a bind in a hurry, but, we can push it out from there, we can find somebody then, but
Right.
Definitely.
right now, I think we can table it and sit for now and until
Yeah, and if need be, I mean, like Dana just said, if there's a night or even a morning, I'm not busy, I can always jump on the mower and mow some grass.
well, I've gotta check the parts and stuff on the weekend.
Then get grass and, you know,
Okay, that works.
okay.
Play it by ear then.
We'll play it by ear, if you need help or you need somebody, let us know, and,
You'll be the first one to know.
again, too, with the city guys, I think with the relationship with them, and they'd be willing to jump in an hour to,
yep,
for a little bit,
yep.
if you need to get in a bind or whatnot, so,
Yeah,
okay.
no, we're good there.
Perfect. That is it for all the grounds and maintenance and park stuff, unless you have anything else, Chris, that you wanted to touch on briefly or anything.
No, I just wanna thank you guys, I appreciate everyone here, and I'm looking forward to going back to work.
Awesome, thanks, Chris.
Alright guys, thank you.
Sounds good, have a good night.
Goodbye.
Bye. Okay, morning, Brock, you got the floor for the next couple.
Alrighty, well, I'm gonna touch back on number 13, using the Venmo PayPal for fundraising. I guess we're trying to get something approved, rather quickly, if we wanna go that direction, because what I'm looking for is in the past, we've always had it in my hand when it comes to getting registrations, which is fine. I mean, we have a small account, not a big of a deal, but after a while, it gets more streamlined, to get everybody hired in, or to register. We have upcoming baseball camps, we have upcoming softball camps, we have upcoming registrations for the league itself. I think it's a lot more easier to streamline things. I don't know what kind of entails. I do it to soccer, and it's very easy to go about. That being said, I'm not sure on the accounting side how getting things linked up. On my bank account through Troop Community and linking to soccer, it's super quick, super easy. But when I had talked to them, working on the phone, we only have one account essentially, and I don't want to pollute these without having known where money comes in and goes out at.
Well, that was one thing Dave Lindell said he would, with those and hacking and stuff right now, he would suggest
Separate account.
that setting up a separate account that the PayPal is, that's the only thing it's tied to.
Yeah, that'd be all right, they do that.
I do one for fundraising, one for baseball, like,
But that's two more accounts, is that?
Actually, three, because you guys are wanting a separate account for the pool fundraiser.
Correct. That's what I mean, yeah.
So you would have, well, I guess that would be, that one.
We have the actual,
So like in the financial report, Paul, like it says like, fall program donation, that just goes into our checking.
It's a part of your checking, it's just, the money's kept separate because it was specifically earmarked for baseball stuff.
Okay, so will you be able to tell, like, if he sets up a PayPal and puts it in to the account, is that something that we can put in through the baseball program, or just goes into?
Okay, it's not a separate account, it's a part of just your regular checking account.
Yeah.
It's money.
But that's what I'm saying, are you gonna be able to tell and
Well, I would be able to see that it's a PayPal deposit, so I would, but then if you're doing PayPal deposits for fundraising and for baseball, that's where you would get crossed, because it's
the minimum is two extra accounts, one for the fundraising /pool.
Well, the fundraising we already approved, we approved it to go get that set up.
but I don't think it's good to be able to open more accounts.
It's not, no.
Okay, I don't want to pollute the system, having so many accounts going on, and, it works.
Like, you could label on them so that he knows, like,
Correct.
And that would be a little more beneficial, that we know where we're at for baseball
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
Baseball can kind of be on its own, where, okay, hey, we need
yeah.
3 new bats this year and new catchers here, maybe we'll use the baseball account money, like that's what it's there for, or hiring a new coach, this hiring process, we have a little
Did
more
we
money.
hire yet?
Oh, that's coming out.
That's coming up. But that being said, before I move on to farther down there, you have PayPal and you have Venmo. I'm functional personally with the PayPal. It's super simple. You have a sandbox that you can create everything in, play in the sandbox a little bit. When it works for you, you push go live. Venmo, I've used that for personal transactions. It seems flawless on that portion of it, but I haven't used it on the business side of things. I don't know how that portion works. I'm just want to know if I want to make we use PayPal or we use Venmo, or there's actually, quite a few other money market account things.
But if you know PayPal, we'll use
Okay,
PayPal.
that's fine. PayPal owns
Truth
Venmo.
Community Bank and Dakota Community Bank.
That being the thing to handle money.
No, I know, but PayPal owns Venmo or Venmo.
Is it, okay, so it's one umbrella thing.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. With that being said too, part of that, it costs money for the fees. You look at a 3% transaction for that as far as the business side of things. But it's gonna come in, I'm charging $25 for registration this year. Also, when I'm making the online forms, you're paying for like a monthly subscription or yearly, depending on how you wanna go about it. I personally have used JotForm in the past. It's functional. Are there better applications? Probably. But it's very fluid. So if you don't mind, I'll just take over on that portion of it. And I guess if we get to the meeting minutes, we can get things going. And we can add at least a couple counts for the,
Yeah, I guess I would make a motion then for the minutes to open up a new baseball account, that's strictly baseball money.
We already did the
We funded
fundraising.
it with
Oh, yeah, that's it.
what we gotta have that to go to the next
Right,
open.
right, right, right. I'll second the baseball account opening. Well, hold on, now, before, I want to make an amendment to that. Could we do one for pool, like for the swimming lessons?
No. I would put that just in the general fund, 'cause that's
The
something we're,
thing about it is we separate that stuff out on the financials,
Okay,
so you don't really have to have a separate account for
Okay.
all of it.
Okay.
It's separated out when it comes
Just
in.
so you can see
Right.
what
Yeah.
swimming for swimming lessons, what they're in.
okay, okay.
but
So
we
that's
can see that in the financial report.
Yeah.
The only reason
Yeah.
we're in second accounts would be because of this PayPal stuff, you don't want it going directly into your real
The
account.
big account, yeah.
The big account that's got all the money in it, and then it gets taxed, and
But I'm thinking that the people want to pay, see if PayPal or Venmo for swimming lessons, instead of making it down to the office to drop a check off when somebody's sick.
we'll fight that battle when it comes.
Okay, so then I'll keep my original motion of opening a second account for baseball.
Jack actually has a motion.
Oh, sorry, I seconded it.
Yes, with, actually, I'll rescind my motion, with the same people on the current accounts will be on the new account.
Yeah, okay, you feel.
I don't have that in there. Kelly seconded.
I seconded it.
Any other discussion on those? No? Brock? Yes. Judy?
Yes.
Dana? Yes.
Yes.
Kelly? Okay. One other thing in regards to that, when you do set up that PayPal, I might get hold of you and figure out the fundraising portion of PayPal and with that account. I'll sit down and see if you can kind of walk me through how. I have personal Venmo and PayPal, but like the business side of it or whatever. Okay. So. Good. Naming the baseball, softball field, any feelers on that? Do we want to wait and see where the pool fundraiser goes? I don't, somebody wants to donate $100,000 to the pool, but then their name goes on the baseball field. To me, that, after thinking about it, after the last meeting, I'm like, kind of backwards.
I think the baseball field naming it, I think it's the least of our worries at this point, like, who cares, it's not named at this point, you know what I mean?
It's never been named,
It's
but I
never been
think
named,
there's
but
going to be a day that we're gonna say, we're gonna do that.
Chelsea said for their mapping and stuff.
Oh,
That's right.
I didn't want it.
Well, then I think then the board, it's one of those, I think the board should just come up with the name.
I had written down, you just kind of goes out off the minutes. I mean, I like reading these books, they've been integrated into, as far as different things, help us out on the
the reason, yeah,
Like that
I
being said,
agree.
I have like Lewis and Clark Field, Tuckaway Ballpark, Missouri River Field, Fort Mandan Park, Coal Country Diamond, Pioneer Field, Washburn Legacy Field, Park, Cottonwood, Riverfront.
I think, why not include the Legion?
I mean,
They've given us,
I agree including the Legion, but the scoreboard has their name on it, and their name is already at the high school. And I'm not trying to take anything away from the Legion. What they have done for us and the baseball field and our park board has been tremendous. But they already have naming rights on a field, so that we gotta do Washington American Legion, Victor B. Wong, post 12 junior.
Well, then you get the confusing thing of two fields. and
Right,
things.
right.
yeah,
Somebody's
and
looking
let
at
me just tell you, I think we should let's look, let the Legion tell us what member should be named for the baseball field.
Thank you, baseball field. What about Lewis and Clark baseball field?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I don't mind the Lewis and Clark baseball field, Riverside baseball field, like kind of tying it into the location and where we're at. Yeah, Lewis and Clark is our mascot, and you're not gonna name it Cardinal Field. I mean, and really, you could name it. You can name it Victor B. Warren Post 12 Field at.
It's too much.
But, again, it's too much.
Simple.
Well, I'm just saying, if they went through their list, they'd say Charlie Smith. And we can name it after him. Huh?
I wish I could say something to the kids about that.
Well, that's another thing too, get the kids involved and have the kids pick it.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of names. and then we decided the board off the names for Kids Fit.
Like, what do you call those things, a poll, and, kind of, I think, we'll through Facebook, whatever, so.
So you can do it through Facebook, just submit names, and then after we get names, then we pick 3,
Go from there.
and then they can vote on it, and then
We
we'll
can take it to the school and have them print it off and then hand it out at the classroom,
Okay. Yeah, I could do that.
you know.
unless we wanna come up with a name. I'm just throwing it.
The only other thing that I have to say is, usually, children giving up somewhat of a decent fundraising opportunity.
That was in my back of my
Like
head.
I said, we want to light. Yeah. I didn't donate $1 and put my name on there. Just to keep the conversation going.
You just want the Reynolds deal.
Absolutely.
Maybe, I don't know if you could put it, I don't know how we could go about asking for a donation in that aspect. Cause like you said, the Legion is putting in the new, laser line field. They're giving us money for our director. I mean, they're giving us all this money, I don't want them to come back and say, well, we just stuck this much money into it, and now you're asking for a donor to name the field.
But like you said, I mean, they have their name on quite a bit of stuff,
But I'm thinking, a member, that was a Legion member for years that saw that the program took off, that, that he was the baseball man. I don't know that there's that person, but I'm just saying.
When does the Legion meet? I'll talk to them and then
so yeah, we can
we'll
do
do
a
a meeting and then we'll bring this back up.
So we'll say, we can say one on the 21, for no, say one on the 21 for next meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will figure out what the next meeting is, and I'll let you know, maybe you and I can go now.
Okay.
If they have any thoughts on that. And then, yeah, like you said, maybe they have a Legion member that's been crucial in the baseball stuff, if they wanna name it after them, and then they wanna donate a little more to the baseball program, then, or they're gonna say, no, we wanna stay out of it, we have a name.
And that's fine, we'll
go
say
back
that, you were just our first choice.
Right.
Well, since that's tabled, I'm moving on to number 22. As of right now, our baseball director, we have hired Josh Harvey, and he'll be starting ASAP.
I saw that go out.
And, Marley Harris, because obviously, she did talk to me about it, she goes, if we really want to have her continue as softball director, I told you, I'm fine with that. I know she said she's, coming later on in the fall time, or later in the,
She's having a baby in July.
July, it was. And I told her, work until you don't feel like you're comfortable to it. And the program that you kind of been dealing with for a while, it pretty much runs itself. You have good help, you have good people there, so I don't have a problem with her continue doing that. So I just keep going, moving forward with it. That being said, I talked to them already. They're going to be overseeing all the hiring for the coaches and work for the summer program when it comes to them to deal with kind of the baseball facilities. Again, I let them know that all new and returning hires are going to the global safety for year-end analysis and all that kind of stuff. Baseball and softball camps were again sponsored May 31st to June 1st, and that'll be the weekend before the Riverboat Days. Field assignments for that portion of it. The softball camp's gonna be located by the field by the river, and the Little League boys are gonna be actually probably utilizing the school high school field. I talked to Mr. Dickinson, and he said as of right now nobody's got that covered, so we should be able to use that no issue.
Do you have dates or anything, please? I'm sorry.
Yes, May
Yeah,
31st.
May 31st, June 1st.
Pay attention. I kind of let them know, I mean, they pretty much already know once they get hired, that's all their commitment to taking over, preparing the field and training area, getting ready, so they all kind of know what's going on with that portion. But for me, leaving that pretty much hands off to them, about getting the hiring done, that's everything that needs to be done on the softball and baseball side of things. We were touch base on the transition to online registration, we're on that portion. We're tabling the names. You had texted me a sports vendor a while back. I've been contacting base with
There's
Prince Edward.
a lady in Beulah called me that she got my number from, I don't even know who she wanted a bid, she wanted to put a bid in for the shirt.
I've been trying to heard back and forth.
It's Brock Stumper.
It's, when we had time, I had to send an email about, give me, I guess, what numbers from last year, what we kind of roughly paid for the shirt and uniform.
You know,
And so, not a big deal. And so,
oh, come on now.
but the company's called Print Ever, and I talked to them, this is kind of the same kind of thing as last year, is we do that 2 to 3 week at time period, but get the uniform, once they get the information in, and kind of put some rough figures, where we kind of, the number that you get down a quote, and we're kind of looking at it, everything's said and done, is about $2,900, which I don't know how much it was compared to last year, but I did tell them I'd like to have a better quality uniform apparel. I'm not making into the shirt by any means, but, you know, do the best we can for them. That being said, that's pretty much all I have in the baseball portion of it.
Not to throw a wrench in the fire, another thing too is the hat I think was pretty popular.
Yeah,
Not doing hats every year, but every couple of years, maybe looking into that.
correct. As of right now, I had it kind of itemized out. We, based on the quote they gave me, they didn't give me an exact number, but I kind of put on how many people we had last year and stuff. We paid like $1,700 just for the uniform portion of it. And if you want to add in the 80 caps, which we did last year, for every one of the players, there's an additional $800 or so. And they divide it about $400. So I mean, for us to kind of get that $2,900 portion of it. But yeah, adding some extra ones is nice, but maybe not every year kind of thing.
Right, and that's what I'm saying, maybe having the extra ones that you still make sense, stand that way as a parent. I mean, I've seen a lot of parents still are wearing them,
Yeah.
even the ones that we created and had when I was children.
I have an old baseball cap that I bought at a garage sale.
Now, that being said, I guess, I mean, I don't know, if it's my decision on who we use for a vendor, I don't want to like step on any toes, so is that we approve a vendor?
Well, I make those partners.
I say you just,
I did, you in the dirt.
Okay.
You're,
Sounds like I don't want to step on anybody's toes or kind of.
so when we did it, we just used the guy in Underwood all the time, and that's who I had a good relationship with him, so.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if there's,
But, when she called me, I was like, no, I mean, we can get him cheaper somewhere else.
Well,
And we
Susie
don't-
Jacobson does that person here, but I don't know if Susie wants the work.
And we tried to go to her one of my last years of coaching, and we had everything ready to go, and like a week later, she had to cancel because she had Riverboat Day shirts, basketball camp shirts, and that time of year, these shirt businesses are thriving because, they have all the early baseball or basketball camps, they have all the summer program stuff, all these shirt stuff, so it's good to get it in early and that stuff, so, but she would be another one if you wanted to go in and ask her. She doesn't do any embroidery, it's all just screen press.
Yeah. I have a question. With your camp, would you want them sell t-shirts at your camp?
I'm not sure if I'm missing that. I think all the campers are receive, I mean, we're trying to keep the cost low, but, everyone in the camp is they're attending that camp, whatever, they're all gonna receive a t-shirt.
Good,
So,
good.
I want to try to keep it just for not when anybody else purchasing one, I'd like to keep it for the players who are attending regardless of come to do it.
Yeah.
And, what I kind of look at it too, if we don't hit the numbers I'm looking at, I'm gonna just try to push it out farther to the surrounding areas. So,
Okay.
Do you, for the campsite, you might have said this too, did, you talked to Keith about the dates, but is there anything with the high school varsity players help for this with the camp, or is the guy that's doing it just wants to do it?
well, Lido, okay, the guy from the Blue League, Lido Pride Movement, he's bringing his own guys from Bismarck. Giuliani, I think he's gonna have a couple people for himself, but I told, Josh Harvey and, Marty that I would recommend having our own players go over there and help out as much as we can, bring in the kind of spaces they set up, kind of, like everybody's gonna get maybe a different view as far as coaching. Exactly. And coach to coach kind of thing.
Right.
So, and you get some help, it should be just fine, I have no problem with them jumping in there.
Another thing too, I mean, not to go backtrack, but Josh Harvey would be another good one that if he's not busy and wants some more hours, he he would be willing, I'm sure, to jump on a mower.
Yeah, I think that's, oh, on a mower, I'm sorry,
And
on a
then
mower.
we'll help with some of the park stuff too, if Chris gets in a pinch or in a bind, and he could
There you
really,
go.
because
That
he
would
did
work.
some of that stuff last summer, and that's
Yeah.
when he left out, and that's what he was doing with some of that. So,
Sounds good. With that being said, yeah, as far as Josh, yeah, I gave all his paperwork to him. Actually, my boy had taken it to him this morning for this kind of new hire kind of thing. But just
should we, speaking of new hires and drug testing, should we try to do Chris too?
Yeah.
The stuff we're gonna do.
I think Chris did do it last year.
He did it last year, but I'm saying for this year.
Oh,
And
okay.
everybody,
So once that, when that's up and running, if you wanna let
Yeah.
Dana or I know.
Yeah, I'll send a mass email out to everybody.
You know what, we don't wanna leave ourselves open, not to cover everybody.
Now, that being said, I was going back, I started to go back a little bit too. So, as far as Dana and Wyler, we're gonna table it the next time, do we feel kind of, we're gonna talk to the league first, okay, and then we're
Yeah, I think every time I see trophies, yeah. Good name for that field yet?
Susan first and then school.
Legion or
Fill out.
maybe the school, or we'll just kind of like one day competition. So the league don't name. Anything else you have, Brock?
okay,
Portfolio report, Rocky probably covered a lot of your portfolio.
yeah, that should cut up.
Judy, got anything for fundraising?
Well, I wanted okay that I can go ahead and put the money out there to ask for all the funds. And I found a couple of other places where I have a lot anyway. Is it okay for me
Not
to,
yet, not yet.
not to do any
Let's get this
fundraising?
letter finalized, and then let the
Okay.
fundraising committee meet one more time, and I will give you the okay, and I'll get in contact with you if we need to hand deliver letters and stuff.
Okay, so when this does hit, could I do them now? I mean, I'm sitting on my computer, I just won't send letters. Some of them, really, the timing has to be there. It's
So
just,
the letter, Judy, we're gonna do the same letter for everybody, this one that we just approved tonight.
yeah,
Are you talking about fundraising for the pool, or are you talking about?
I'm talking grants.
Grants, oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you wanna start applying for grants, you can, but a lot of them are gonna wanna bid, and some of them you can't do until like, within like 90 days of your project. But I mean, if there's grants out there, yes, but if you need a
You're
letter.
talking that twice.
Well, I also want the weather bill, that's why I was gonna go with Weber's, I wanna see what Weber's is, because there's places that won't do the pool, but they'll pay for the electrical.
Yeah, so, yeah, if you wanna start doing some of those little ones, smaller ones, you got my blessing on that. Dana, parks,
I found a couple issues at the pool yesterday, but I think we'll be okay.
I don't have anything, but do you know with the ground, like at those wood chips at Pool Park, are those gonna be spread out more?
We've got chips,
I sure hope so.
I do too. Okay,
I'll work with Chris on it.
okay, thank you.
anything else, you got pool?
we bought a semi-loaded truck,
Oh, there's still a bunch over there.
that's right,
Well,
yeah.
there's things to smooth them out, they're
They need to be
still in
spread out.
piles of when we dumped them in the fall. Okay, golf course, kind of same old, but I actually talked to, Kathy Legum today. How's I get moving along, going pretty well, Dana probably knows why, I just speak out there a lot more, but painters are starting to come, carpet guys are starting to like carpet.
No, they haven't started yet. Carpet's supposed to come on tomorrow or something.
Yeah, so by the end of the week or something, she said, or by early next week, carpet was supposed to happen. They still have some health department tests that have to come in after like the hood and stuff is installed, hood might be installed after.
That's supposed to be no later than the 21st or 23rd or something when they're gonna
We have a-
put the hood in.
We don't meet every month, so we have a meeting coming up in a couple weeks.
Can I make a suggestion? If you get it done, serve an Easter bunch.
I can promise you it's not gonna get done late.
Oh,
You don't wanna see this happening anymore, just.
Kathy told me today, I'm not saying the date because I don't want it out for public to hear, but she has a date in mind, but
It's not
it's
Easter,
not.
huh? Okay.
Other than that, golf course, I mean, as soon as the Haywood Creek opens up and they can get irrigation going, the golf course will be open.
I think,
Just
I
start,
talked to Mike the other day, he wants golfing to happen by the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so weather permitting, golf course should be opening up here soon. I know Kathy told me today a lot of the grounds guys are starting to get some of the sand remover stuff to open up get the sand off the greens that they, put on for the winter. They're starting to have to water a couple holes because moisture levels are dropping drastically down without the irrigation being able to do that, no moisture is bad.
I know the geese have definitely been out there golfing. We could probably open up public hunting out there.
It's actually illegal to shoot a goose on a golf course.
You know what, we had a manager, when Matt was the president out there, there was a manager, and you'd say to him, are you having trouble with the
Well,
police? And he'd
We
say,
just got
what
approved, we can oil their eggs
is
and it kills the eggs, we can do that, and I told them, why can't we just shoot them, and then they're like, oh, that's illegal on the golf course.
Well, when Matt was president out there, when the rules on golf course, and the guy that was the green had a pistol, and somebody said to him, you have trouble with suicide here? And he said, what's this?
The other morning when I was out there, oh man,
Yeah,
they were wreaking havoc out there.
we did get approved, though, we can oil the eggs on the golf course,
You got
Oil them?
oil them.
can you get those, can you do them this or anything, like to move?
Alright, anything else?
Some guys out there on the mowers, you know, they got-
Yeah, right.
Portfolio reports, updates, anything anybody has? Meeting adjourned.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.